Our host doctors today are Dr. Sarah A. Barba-Cabodil and Dr. Napoleon Interior Jr.
Hi everyone! Sa lahat po ng mga nanonood sa amin ngayon, welcome to Doctors on TV. I'm Dr. Sarah Barba-Cabodil or Doc Sarah, and of course, again, I'm very happy to have with me my favorite co-host. Naku, napakabata, napakabuti, and ang dedicated po na public servant ng 4th District of Nueva Ecija. Welcome back, Dr. Nap Interior.
Naku, Dr. Sarah, maraming salamat po for having me here as your co-host po. Again here, Doctors on TV. At syempre po, binabati po natin lahat ng good day, lahat po ng nanonood, hindi lang po dito sa Pilipinas, kundi all over the world po. Yun lang po, and then salamat po ulit.
Ayan, Dr. Nap. And nako, ito, di ba? Alam natin, ngayon ay pinagdiriwang natin ang Filipino Elderly Week. At kaugnay nga nito, ang isa sa unique traits nating mga Pilipino ay ang traditional Filipino family ties. Talaga namang, di ba, kalimitan ng ating mga elderlies, hindi katulad sa ibang bansa, Dr. Nap, na, di ba, pagdating ng certain age, talagang ilalagay na nila sa mga geriatric homes. Dito sa atin talagang minamahal natin ang ating mga elderly loved ones, up to their last day here on earth. At yan ay talagang very common sa lahat ng mga pamilyang Pilipino, di ba, Dr. Nap?
Nako, yes, Doktora, tama ka dyan. Sa sobrang very family-oriented natin, halos yung mga lolo't lola na natin minsan ang nag-aalaga sa atin. Pero syempre tayo tumatanda din at sila tumatanda din. Mahalagang malaman natin ang basic ng senior care para maalagaan natin mabuti ang ating mga tatay, nanay, lolo at lola.
Old age and underlying medical conditions can reduce a person's resilience in fighting off infections. How do we protect our elderly parents from the life-threatening effects of COVID-19? Stay tuned to learn tips on geriatric care, particularly amid the COVID-19 crisis. Our guest physician is Dr. Lourdes Carolina Dumlao. Dr. Dumlao is a geriatrician who serves as a consultant at St. Luke's Medical Center and Victor R. Potenciano Medical Center. She's also a physician at the Asian Development Bank and Home Healthcare. Dr. Dumlao is affiliated with the Philippine College of Geriatric Medicine, the Philippine College of Physicians, the American Geriatric Society, and the Alzheimer's Disease Association of the Philippines, among others. She is currently the president of the Philippine Society of Geriatrics and Gerontology.
Hi, Dr. Sandy. Welcome to Doctors on TV.
Hi, good day. Thank you for inviting me and good day to everybody watching.
Okay, and to start with, of course, Doktora, mula po ba anong edad ang sakop ng pangangalaga ng isang geriatrician?
Well, actually, wala naman formally defined age, no? But if we go by legal definition, dito ho kasi sa Pilipinas, ang senior citizen, 60 years old. So, if we go by that, then at 60 years old, maganda na inaalagaan na kayo ng geriatrician.
Ako kanina nga nagbibiruan kami, Doktore, na parang kapag dating mo pala ng 20% off, kasi di mo kapag senior 20% off na eh.
Yes.
So kailangan pala you're being seen na by a geriatrician. Pero Doc, normal po ba talaga na iba-iba yung nararamdaman ng matatanda kapag nagkakaedad na po? O pwede po ba natin pari po ba natin itong maiwasan?
Habang bata tayo, wala tayong nararamdaman. We feel invincible. Parang hindi tayo magkakasakit. But as we grow older, ayun na, nararamdaman na natin yung cumulative changes of wear and tear. So, that's quite normal. Maiiwasan, yes, in a way, no? So, just like sa car na may preventive maintenance, ganun din yung sa kalusugan natin. Gusto natin na preventive ang treatment, hindi yung kung kailan may sakit, tsaka lang tayo magpapatingin sa doktor. Yun kasi ang ating parang for Filipinos, health is not always the priority when it comes to budgeting, especially pagka medyo ang finances ay hindi naman talaga ganun kadami, no? Nagpapatingin lang ang mga tao kapag may sakit na. Kasi tingin nila, pag magaling, wala silang nararamdaman, hindi nila kailangan
mag-check up.
Yes. So, it's hard to avoid getting sick if we wait until we get sick to see a doctor.
Yeah. Okay, kung sabi nga doktora, di ba, dapat talaga nag-i-invest tayo. So katulad sa health natin, dapat po, wag natin hintayin singilin tayo ng mga naging abuses natin sa katawan natin during the younger age po. Tama ba, doktora?
Yes.
Ayun. So doktora, speaking of mga sakit na yan, ano po ba yung mga karaniwang sakit talaga na iniinda ng mga matatanda?
Well, number one, usually sila na talaga yung may chronic diseases, high blood, diabetes, arthritis, no? Lung diseases kasi dito na nila nararamdaman yung epekto ng paninigarilyo, or liver diseases kasi dito na rin nila nararamdaman yung epekto ng pag-inom, no? So, usually, yung mga sakit talaga comes out. No? Almost all chronic diseases like mentioned, high blood, diabetes, COPD, chronic liver disease come out pag may edad na.
Pero Dok, maaari po bang makontrol ito, yung mga sakit po na ito, o mapigilan ang paglala ng mga sakit na ito para po malaman naman ng mga kasambahay po natin?
Kayang makontrol and kayang mapigilan. So, actually as a geriatrician, my goal is to get healthy older adults. Tapos I tell them, I want to see you however every so often, and not only when you are sick. Kasi ang goal natin is to prevent you from getting sick. No? The other thing is, sometimes unavoidable na magkasakit. Even if high blood po kayo or diabetic kayo, hindi siya ibig sabihin na malala kayo. Kasi if makontrol siya, whether by diet, lifestyle, or medications, you are still considered a healthy individual. Kasi ang karaniwan din na akala natin is, to be defined as healthy means na wala kang sakit. But actually, the United Nations has defined healthy aging as the even if you have diseases, well-controlled sila. So, ang bottom line kasi, wala naman namamatay sa high blood. Diba? Wala rin namamatay sa diabetes. They die of the complications. Yes. So, that's very important for me to educate my patients na, okay, high blood kayo, but it will not kill you. However, if we do not control the high blood by drinking medicines, eating healthy, doing exercises regularly, you will eventually develop heart disease, kidney disease, you can have a stroke, and that will be when you start to really become a sick individual. So for me, it's really number one, preventive. Kung hindi maiiwasan, then good control of the disease.
Ayan, so basically, good news din naman yan kasi syempre, di ba, ang aging process po is really inevitable. However, at least, it's good to know that the complications that come with it are actually preventable naman pala, di ba, Doc Nap and Dr. Sandy. But before tayo po mag-proceed sa ating discussion, I would like to invite po yung ating mga viewers to please like our FB page and makishare na rin po nitong ating live para po tayo ay makatulong sa iba sa pamamagitan po ng pagbabahagi ng impormasyong pangkalusugan. And dun sa mga hindi pa po nakakapag-subscribe sa aming YouTube channel, please do so. Please subscribe to UNTV News and Rescue YouTube channel. Okay, and then makikita nyo rin po dyan yung aming mga public service na ginagawa. Okay, so ayon sa research, di ba, doktora, ng mga health experts, mas malaki daw po ang posibilidad na magkaroon ng severe o deadly COVID-19 infection ang mga natatanda, lalo na po kung sila ay merong mga pre-existing medical conditions gaya po ng health problems, ng heart problems, hypertension, lung diseases, diabetes, at cancer.
Ako yun nga, doktora. Kaya nga batay sa ating lockdown protocols mula nung nag-umpisa ang community quarantine months ago, bawal lumabas, sabi nga ni Kim Chu, ang mga matatanda except for essential or emergency travels. So our next question po, doktora, is this po. Ngayong panahon po ng pandemya, paano po kaya natin ma-take yung mga safety measures na dapat pong gawin sa ating mga nakakatandang mahal sa buhay po?
Oo. So syempre yung number one talaga, hindi sila dapat umalis ng bahay unless absolutely necessary. No? Kasi kahit papano, sure tayo na sa loob ng bahay, wala masyadong exposure. Kaya lang, no, and this coincides with the current trend we see in the hospital. Ang mga nagkaka-COVID ngayon ay households, families ang talagang tinatamaan. Naku-cohort sila in one house. And that is because, totoo, hindi naman lumalabas yung mga may edad ng bahay. Pero yung mga kasama sa bahay, lumalabas, no? So, ideally, kung isang household kayo at may kasama kayo na senior citizen, pwede niyong hatiin. Yung lumalabas ng bahay, hindi siya yung lumalapit dun sa senior citizen to lessen also the exposure inside the household. So meron lang kayong naka-assign na siya talaga yung lumalabas to buy the food, to buy the medicines, to run the errands, pero siya yung magsasakripisyo na hindi siya lalapit, no, to the parents or to the grandparents. Tapos meron din isang dedicated na siya yung tumutulong or nag-aalaga. Hindi naman kasi lahat ng matanda ay alagain. But if they need assistance, it's better kung meron kayong isang family member or caregiver na naka-assign sa kanila na hindi din siya na-expose dun sa lumalabas. No? Talagang isa-segregate sila to minimize exposure.
I see. So that's for the home protocol, Doktora. How about naman po pagka yun sa hospital or sa clinics po, no? Ano po ba yung new normal setting para sa pagpapacheck up po sa mga matatanda? Like, ilang beses po ba at kung paano po sila, kung gaano pong kadalas sila sasangguni sa mga doctor na para at least ma-lessen po yung risk na sila ay ma-expose po sa virus po?
So most of the time, yung mga geriatric patients namin, we also do teleconsults na lang. We don't, if it's just a check-up, no, or minor ang concern, or kailangan lang nila ng refill of prescription, so meaning kailangan ko silang makita to find out kung pareho pa rin ang gamot na iinumin nila, we just do teleconsults like this.
Having mentioned po yung kanina na you do teleconsultation, I'm just curious po, paano po yung pagkuha ng mga vital signs ng mga patients? Na, I mean, I'm not sure if, you know, some of their family members at home are really trained to how to get their blood pressures properly. I mean, how they deal with that?
Challenging siya talaga, no? So, of course, there is parang reminders that teleconsult is also limited in terms of the scope that we can do. But most patients now actually can just buy yung mga digital in the drugstore. So they can buy digital BP apps, and then those BP apps can also monitor heart rate. They can also buy pulse oximeters to check their oxygen levels. They're very accessible now, especially in the time of the pandemic. Actually, I found that even non-drug stores will sell them. So kung it's really a concern, I just ask them to buy, and then I ask them to do it in front of me during teleconsult to check their blood pressure. So sariling sikap ang pagkuha ng vital signs.
Doc, speaking of telemedicine po, syempre po, sometimes we advise them to have a lab request, pero ngayon kasi may drive-thru na like yung mga food express, something like that. Pero ano po ba yung mga basic test or check-up exam na dapat gawin po, or tsaka po ilang beses sa isang taon dapat po ito ginagawa?
Okay, basic is of course your CBC, your kidney function test, your liver function test, a test for diabetes, your cholesterol, no? And then ideally once a year you also get an ECG and a chest X-ray. But of course, depending on the medical condition that each patient would have, naiiba-iba din yan. Kasi kung diabetic siya, may additional tests yan. Kung hypertensive siya, meron din yan additional tests. So there's basic, but then depending on what conditions they might have, we might need to add more tests. No? But again, now in the time of the pandemic, may drive-thru, may home service.
Lahat na lang, diba?
Yes, most of them will take advantage of that para hindi na pupunta sa hospital para lang magpa-blood test.
Ano po ba yung mga preventive measures para po maprotektahan natin sa mga viral and other infections naman yung ating mga elderly loved ones?
Okay, well, number one is vaccination, no? Yung yearly na influenza vaccine should be given to all senior citizens. And in fact, may programa naman ng gobyerno na libre ang influenza vaccine for all senior citizens, especially yung mga indigent. Two is the pneumococcal vaccine. No, senior citizens should also get the pneumococcal vaccine. There are two kinds, the 23 and the 13. They should get both vaccines at least once para protected din sila. And then, of course, yung tinatawag natin na cough etiquette na I think madalas natin makita ngayon panahon ng pandemya, how to cough properly. No? Yung cough into your elbow or cough into your shoulder, make sure to wash your hands. Most viruses naman kasi are droplet, like COVID. So, what we want is to minimize yung exposure ng droplet. Actually, for COVID and other viruses, pareho lang ang preventive measures. Washing of hands, wearing the mask, doing the cough etiquette. So, kung dati pa natin yan in-inculcate, no? In terms of the other viruses, yes. I think we would have had an easier time adapting to this pandemic.
Yes.
Kaya lang kasi, hindi yan masyado nabigyan ng importance kahit nung bata tayo. Diba, masks are not really part of the Filipino culture. But in fact, if we want to prevent transmission of respiratory diseases, a mask is very effective even during the non-COVID times.
So, Doc, ano po kaya yung mga alternative ways naman po na for physical activities at socialization ngayong bawal silang lumabas ng bahay po?
Well, unlike ko sinasabi, mag-over the bakod. Makipag-usap sa mga kapitbahay pero wag lumabas ng bahay. No? But of course, again, you have to take advantage of your technology. So, Zoom reunions are good. Old-fashioned telephone calls are good. For a lot of my patients, ang advice ko, especially if they have several children around the world, then the children can take turns to call them up. If they have grandchildren, ganun din, take turns calling them up. No, sometimes I even have patients na they do Zoom meals. So, elderly couple will eat their dinner pero naka Zoom or Viber video or whatever video call can be there, and then their children are also eating dinner. So, it's like, kunyari, they're eating dinner together even if it's only virtually.
Ngayon naman po ay dumako po tayo sa segment na talaga inaabangan ng ating mga viewers. Ang Doc, tama o mali? So ito po ang mga naipon ng mga tanong ng ating mga kasangbahay na nais maliwanagan. So ang magiging sagot niyo po dito ay kung tama o mali. So Doc Sandy, ready ka na po ba?
Ready na.
Okay, so let's do this. Doc, ang demensya ba ay hindi maiiwasang parte ng pagtanda? Doc, tama o mali?
Mali. Kasi ang demensya ay hindi normal na parte ng pagtanda.
Okay. Sige.
Doc, ito maraming nakakaranas kasi nito eh. Pero totoo bang pag tumanda ay hindi maiiwasan ang pagsakit ng mga kasukasuan o joints? Doc, tama o mali?
Tama, because there is wear and tear, no? So, napupudpud talaga ang ating mga buto at kasukasuan habang nagkakaedad, lalo na kung medyo mabigat ang timbang natin. So, mahirap siyang iwasan.
Okay, so ito naman, Doktora. Totoo bang ang ating brain ay lumiliit habang nagkakaedad? Doc, tama o mali?
Tama. Biologically, it really shrinks, but clinically, hindi siya laging may manifestation. So again, babalik ako dun sa unang tama or mali. Hindi dahil maliit ang brain natin, ibig sabihin tayo ay magiging ulyanin.
So iba yung activity sa kanyang anatomical structure. So walang kinalaman sa physiological mo.
So Doc, ang urinary incontinence o kawalan ba ng pagpigil sa ihi ay pangkaraniwan na sa matatanda na bahagi na normal na po ng pagtanda. Doc, tama o mali?
Parehong tama at mali. So, mas madalas siyang makita sa mga may edad, pero hindi siya normal na parte ng pag-edad.
So, kailangan magpa-check up, ganun pa, Doktora?
Yes. So, when you have incontinence, you should have it checked kasi hindi siya normal part of aging.
Okay, so ito, Doc. Ang mga sakit ba na tulad ng heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes at obesity ay maaaring makapag-contribute sa pagkakaroon ng Alzheimer's at dementia? Doc, tama o mali?
Tamang-tama. 100% correct.
So, Doc, totoo bang ang buto ay nagiging marupong at nagkakaroon ng malungkot na postura kapag tumatanda na? Doc, tama o mali?
Tama at mali. Again, hindi siya normal part of aging. Pero dahil tumatanda rin yung buto natin, mas madalas natin siyang makita sa mga may edad. But hindi siya normal. So kung mapansin nyo siya, kailangan din magpatingin.
Hindi na agad.
Okay. Yan. So Doc, ang pag-ehersisyo ng katawan at utak ay nakatutulong ba para maiwasan ang pagkakaroon ng Alzheimer's disease at dementia? Doc, tama o mali?
Tama. Dahil ang ehersisyo at physical activity improves blood flow to the brain.
Yun, so exercise. Ang pagtanda ay nakakalungkot na bahagi ng buhay, kaya expect na natin ang pagkakaroon ng depression. Doc, tama o mali?
Mali. hindi dapat natin i-expect na magkaroon ng depression. Dapat maging excited tayo na maging matanda, no? Meron nga kaming running joke in geriatrics na the only people who don't grow old are those that die young.
Oh, yun. Oo nga naman.
Oo nga. That's nice. Okay, Doc. Ito, totoo ba ang kasabihan na old age kills your libido? Doc, tama o mali?
Mali. Marami akong patients na very active pa, no?
Is that applicable to both gender po? Both
Yes,
genders,
it's
Dr.
applicable to both genders.
Oh, okay. So, there you have it, Doktora. Ayan, okay. So, Doktora, baka pwede namin kayong mahingian ng mga advice para sa pangangalaga sa ating mga elderly loved ones po na nanonood sa atin?
Para po dun sa mga nasa golden years na, gusto ko lang hong paalahanan na importante po na regular magpatingin sa doktor. Huwag pong hintayin na may nararamdaman na bago magkonsulta. Tamang pagkain at saka regular physical activity. Hindi naman ho kailangan mag-gym. Basta gumalaw-galaw, huwag pong laging nakaupo, nanonood ng TV, nagne-Netflix or nag-YouTube. And for those taking care of the senior citizens, more patience, more love, and of course, dadating din kayo dyan sa age na yan. So you have to be more understanding of them. No? My experience in this pandemic is there are a lot of petty fights at home because for the first time in so long, families are together for long periods of time. So nagkakairingan sila, naninibago. But just remember, everyone will grow old. So we have to understand our senior citizen loved ones.
Okay. So, Doktora, thank you very much. And baka meron po kayong last words po to our viewers, and you might want to promote your clinic as well.
Well, it's still a pandemic. May COVID pa rin po. As much as possible, huwag pong lumabas ng bahay unless absolutely necessary. No? Otherwise, now is the time to enjoy and be grateful for what we have. Otherwise, kung iisipin lang ho natin kung ano yung nawala sa atin sa pandemyang to, lalo lang ho tayong magkakasakit.
Yeah, okay. So, and your clinic, Doktora?
I hold clinic at St. Luke's, both Global City and Quezon City, and at Victor R. Potenciano Medical Center.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Lourdes Carolina Dumlao. Thank you very much po for your generous inputs. Napakarami po namin natutunan mula sa inyo. And Dr. Nab, baka may gusto po kayong batiin, it's greeting time.
Nako, lahat po ng una-una po sa lahat, pinasasalamatan po natin si Dr. Sandy sa kanyang very informative talk po today. And syempre po, binabati po natin lahat at nagpapasalamat po tayo sa ating mga kasama po sa ating trabaho sa Bibron Dialysis po at Northeast Dialysis Center po. At syempre po, you can contact me po through JDA Laboratory Diagnostic Center po. Muli po, mag-iingat po tayo and stay safe to everyone po. Yun po lamang.
Thank you, Dr. Nab. And so there you have it, mga kasambahay. It's another episode of Health Education po. We do hope po na marami po kayong natutunan sa pagsama nyo sa amin. Lagi lamang po kayong tumutok sa UNTV at maaari nyo rin pong bisitahin ang aming website, ang untvweb.com, para po makita ninyo ang mga public service na ginagawa po namin dito. At of course, yan po ay sa pangunguna po ng aming mahal na si Kuya Daniel Razon. And also, please like and subscribe to our UNTV News and Rescue YouTube channel. And pakilike din po ang aming FB page na at Doctors on TV. And sa akin po, please add me on FB, Dr. Sarah Barba-Cabodil, and like our FB page, Clinica Figura. You can also contact us at 0917-317-7272. And I'd like to thank Miss Tiza Philippines and of course Organica Saiberi. And muli po, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Lagi lamang po kayong tumutok sa amin sa Doctors on TV. And let's make it a habit to learn about good health only here at Doctors on TV.